Mwah.
Welcome in, you guys. You are listening to Andrea Kaminoi with From Mrs. to Ms. Today, we have a very special guest. You guys would know her as Dr. Etel Leit, and she is a psychologist, educator, and author who helps people build stronger, more honest relationships, starting with the one they have with themselves. She is originally from Israel. She began her career in linguistics and even served as a commander in Israeli intelligence before moving on to psychology and education. She's the founder of Shine, a Beverly Hills family center focused on connection and communication. And she's written several books, including Unaddicted to You and The Emotional Code, which we'll touch base on. After a near-death experience at 39, completely changing how she saw her life, Dr. Etel made it her mission to help others stop people-pleasing, set boundaries, and communicate with authenticity. Today, she works with singles, couples, and families all over the world, teaching what it really means to be seen, heard, and valued, both in love and everyday life. Welcome to the show.
Humble, humble. Thank you so much, Andrea, for having me again. What a
Yeah,
joy.
again. Yes, I wanted to have you back because we both said it. It was such a beautiful flow of conversation in the first episode. Probably it had to be over a year ago, right? Like it was a while now, I
Even
think.
more.
Yeah,
Right. I don't remember.
it might be more. Yeah. And so I love.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I love hearing just the progress that has happened. I know you did an incredible TED Talk that we want to talk about that is just booming. You are now known as Dr. Love, which we are very excited about. We were just talking about that. Let's start with your story. So what happened in your life that led you to where you are today? And I want to talk about the whole near-death experience at 39. I'm assuming that's the moment that probably shifted everything. Talk to us.
Yes. So, first, thank you again for having me. And, relationship and communication, there are three things that holds us. We think that holds us all the time, which is relationship, communication, and money, right? And
Yes.
all of it stem into what are the relationship with ourselves. And, you so nicely. I was
Yeah.
born to a real chaos. I'm the oldest of 6 kids. I was born stunning mom. I don't even look like her. She's blonde, green eyes, very pale, beautiful, like Farrah Fawcett, like
Wow.
beautiful. And my dad was, the handsome of the neighborhood of the city, and they're 7 years apart. And from
Yeah.
early age, I mean, I think that from the day that I was born, I learned to see a relationship of a woman chasing a man, chasing a woman, and so in this cycle. And then another kid, and then another kid, to 6 kids that we are today. I mean, we were there, and I was actually almost the caregiver.
Yeah.
And early on, I developed this notion that I need to make sure that my man is faithful, that he's there, that he's with me. And I swear to God that I will never marry a man that will cheat on me. Never. Guess what happened?
He cheated on you.
No, he did not.
Oh,
I married a man that I can say, the dad of my kids, he never cheated on me. Never.
amazing.
Right? And that was the part that I felt so soothed, because the anxiety that I developed through all these years, I'm not a chosen one. He didn't. There's so many women that I see in my practice, and, people that write to me after all these TEDx that, it's, I want to feel seen. We are born and
Yes.
we want someone to see us. Right. And then
Mhm.
when we don't, we keep chasing other people, and when we don't see ourselves. But
Yeah.
the dad of my kids never cheated on me with other women, but my feeling was that he's cheating on me with other things, right? Hence, my
Okay.
third book is Unaddicted to You. I was
Okay.
literally addicted to him when he was addicted to other things. And that's his story. I don't want to, God forbid, bash his name. He's a great, great, great dad. But that was the
Yeah.
cycle of our relationship.
So when you say things, can we just spit out a couple of things that you're talking to? Are you talking like an emotional thing, or is it he was addicted to, and we don't have to be specific, but like just, alcoholic addiction, drugs addiction, or like sex addiction, like things like that, or
Oh, right.
people.
So let's call it substance. Okay. Let's
Okay,
call it substance,
perfect,
right?
perfect.
And what happens with people that love people that have an addiction issue, they actually in the cycle of like, did he drink? Did he use? Did he eat? Did he whatever the addiction? I
Mhm.
just don't want to expose his
Of course.
he's a great dad, but whatever it is, today, do you know what's number
Mhm.
one addiction, the growing number one addiction in the world right now?
No. What?
Gaming. Gaming. Sitting
Oh,
and all this VR world and all this, this is number one. It's also gambling, but number one growing one is gaming. And I
wow.
opened the free community for people
Mhm.
who are affected by their loved one who are gaming, and it's free from all over the world.
Mhm.
Started
Mhm.
with the pandemic with 3 families, and it grew. It's like hundreds and hundreds of families. And then the
That is
number.
shocking.
Mhm.
I'm shocked by the gaming because it seems like something so trivial, right? Like it just seems like something, people want to do it. I've never been obsessed with gaming. I don't think I've ever dated anybody that's really been into the gaming. So I can't totally relate. But I do think I'm assuming it's probably in a little bit of the younger generation that is so caught up in the phone and the video games and the computer,
It's
they
not
don't look up.
necessarily younger. It could happen to a
Mm.
40 and 50 years old. It's the cut of you get the dopamine from something that is
Of
outside of you, right?
wow.
And even though that the consequences are so high financially, uh, physically, uh,
Mhm.
socially, every aspect of life, you keep doing it because the notion is I can't stop. Right?
Yes.
I can
Yes.
understand people who drink, right? Because I don't,
Yeah.
for me, one drink and I'm like tipsy. I call
Yeah.
myself a very sedate. One is good, even if. But some people have this desire, right, for another one
Mhm.
and another one.
Mhm.
That's the dopamine. And when you're
Mhm.
surrounded with someone that get their dopamine from something else, you get
Mm.
into the cycle of you want to control it,
Yes.
or you want to, check it. You want to see
Mhm.
if they're doing it. You want to see if it's the pill or whatever it is.
So you
So you
become
don't.
obsessive.
Exactly. Very good.
Mhm.
So then there is
Mhm.
obsession. And you don't live your own life. And that's what happened to me. Guilty.
Mhm.
But I didn't know all that. I thought that I'm doing
Mhm.
him a favor, right?
Yeah.
I'm taking care of him. I'm there for him. When he's forgetting about himself, I'll remind him about himself. When all along, I'm forgetting about myself
Mm.
because I'm trying to people please somebody else,
Mhm.
forgetting about me.
Yep. Yep.
Right? You heard me saying it again and again. When you people please someone else, you lie
Mhm.
to yourself. You live and lie. And I lived in lie and again and
Mm.
again. And all along, I had a great business. I helped families with young children how to communicate with their babies, right?
Mhm.
I started hearing all these moms and actually dads coming to me and telling me about their break in their relationships when I am
Mhm.
actually in the break of my relationship, but nobody knows because I'm
And you're
really still in hiding it. I'm great. Right.
yes.
To the point that I couldn't live with my lie. And I collapsed
Mhm.
39.
Wow.
I had the white light experience and I knew something had to change.
That's incredible. Okay, so what happened then?
Yeah. Nothing. I kept living the same life. Literally, it took me 3 years. I was in the hospital, saw the white light. I mean, I was on the floor with a heartbeat of 21 going down. The paramedics
Mm.
came and literally saved me. All I remember is white light. I know it sounds like, but that's what really happened. And wanting to go there, just tired of what's going on in this life. And
Mm.
the sound or the voice or the thought called my kids. I came back. I was in the hospital connected to every machine you can imagine, and I still didn't have the courage to call on, I want to have my life. Because
Yeah.
who am I without that? And I see the
Yes.
couples in my office, like, first of all, the heartbreak for the kids, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
what am I going to do without saving somebody else? Who am I going to save, right?
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
remember driving, there is a veteran cemetery, off the 405. I don't know if you know it. And I remember driving one day and I looked and I thought, Etel, that's how you want to end up your life? That was the thought.
Yeah.
And I knew the answer was no.
No.
Literally 2 days later, I started a crazy divorce and understood that I
Wow.
bigger, deeper thing in this world, which is showing other people how to live their own life and not someone else's life.
I love that. I love that. And it's funny because you go through these experiences and like you said, you end up on the floor and in the hospital at 39 years old. And in that moment when you see the white light, you think, this is it. I'm changing my life. Yet still 3 years passed, right? And so it's really about finding the time, even though that happened, it was about finding the time that it really spoke to you, which was the cemetery. And so a lot of times I feel like we're, as speakers, we tend to talk to people and say, this is what you need to do. You need to try this. And we're all just like, oh, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it until we do. Right. And so I always try to say that like it's going to be in their own time. And when somebody truly feels it, that's when it's going to resonate the most and mean the most. Because if
Right?
they don't, you're just doing again, you're people pleasing. You're
Exactly.
just doing what people want you to do. Right. And
Mhm.
so I love that you even though it didn't happen then, you're just like, "No, I've had the thought. I gotta get my shit together," but still 3 years passed. That's
Right, and it
incredible.
was only the curiosity about it. It wasn't even the thought. I was
Yeah.
curious about what is the
Curious.
thought, right? And until I got the
Mhm.
courage and, I tell everyone, it's God, call it God, universe, light, Buddha, whatever name you wanna call it.
Yeah.
God is not wearing a watch. How many
Yeah.
times the other way around when we're like, "Oh my god, it has to happen. It had to," like my TEDx, like it had, and then it happened
Yeah.
exactly at the
Exactly.
time that it needed to happen,
Yeah.
not a minute later. Because when you're
Yeah.
fully immersed in the process with courage, it
Yep.
just unfolds in a beautiful way that you didn't even imagine. Because the
Yes.
story that we make in our brain is so narrowed. We base our
Yes.
stories that we make up in our head based on experiences, past experiences, or what
Mhm.
we hear. We cannot experience it for ourselves. But when we have this
Right.
trust with the courage of something that is greater than myself, literally, it's something that way greater, started, trusting the process. It wasn't rosy every day, but I knew I
Mhm.
had the calling, and look at me today. So by the way,
Look at
I
you.
owe the dad of my kids a big thank you, because
Yeah.
through this challenge, through the darkness, through this falling and taking care of whatever is not even concern on my business, I found me. And I
Mm.
actually wrote this book and I write, I'm so grateful for you for what you gave me without even,
Even
understanding.
knowing. Oh, wow. What a great story. I love that, and I love that you did bring God into it because I always say that trust the planner and not the plan, right? You
Uh-huh.
just have to know that he's gonna lead you where you need to go or whatever everybody believes in, that's their own choices, but yes, it's not always the plan that we have set for ourselves that we think is gonna work out perfectly, right? And that's evident by you saying, "I want a man who's not gonna cheat on me," yet you still had it in some sort of form, even though that was your plan. But
Right, because I thought that the
but then
man
it
that doesn't cheat, that means he's gonna choose me.
me.
That was my story in my head all along. Who needed to choose me?
Yeah,
Me,
you.
me. That's it.
I love that. I love that. So, okay, so let's talk about your TED Talk a little bit. So, just for right now, it's done amazing. It's amassed over 1.6 million views in
I don't even
such
look.
a short time. Ah, well, I'm filling you in because I looked. So, congrats on that. I watched it. You are amazing. So eloquent. The way you talk, your pace in talking was beautiful. You looked amazing. It was great, and your message was wonderful. So, in this TED Talk, you said, thank you can actually mean more in a relationship than I love you. So, and that really hit me because we all think, oh, when he says, I love you, oh, it's that moment, right? Yes.
Yeah.
But we don't need that, right? We need the thank you. So, can you talk about why appreciation often matters more than the affection, how couples can start practicing that?
Exactly. I love it. I have actually goosebumps every time I say it. So it's not that we
Yes.
don't need someone to say I love you. It's just
Yeah.
when someone says just I love you, and it's like almost like a different language. This is the language that you're gonna use for saying I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Be
Mm-hmm.
specific. Thank you for. And I actually in the TEDx I give examples. I give the
Okay.
formula of how to say this appreciation. It's not enough to say I so appreciate you. You know, these people like I appreciate you. Like give
Yes.
examples. And when you actually emphasize on what do you appreciate, guess what happens? It grows. It just goes.
Yeah.
And someone just, oh my God, thank you so much for making me the broccoli with the chicken. I loved it. Immediately, your brain translated, I need to repeat this action because
Right.
immediately the person paid attention to it, right?
Mm.
It's a
Yeah.
real thing that the brain is doing. Whatever someone else is paying attention, that's what's going to grow. Okay.
Yeah.
The brain has a
Absolutely.
thing that's called reticular activation system. Okay. Whatever
Mhm.
we look,
Mhm.
grow. So you know this, I mean, when you pick up the phone to someone like, oh my God, he's such a jerk. She's such a that will grow because you allowed your brain to make this space bigger versus
Mm.
that then I appreciate. So when you appreciate, two things happen. You can appreciate the person directly to the person, right? Thank you
Mhm.
for making broccoli and chicken, whatever. I don't even know why I
Okay.
chose it. I don't even eat chicken. Like what?
It was a little weird.
Yeah,
We'll go with
sure. Okay.
it.
Or saying the appreciation, which I call bragging. And you have no idea how many people say bragging, but bragging is not a good thing. Brag and bragging about the person because then you are changing literally the
Mhm.
the synapses in your brain connecting to the person as a great person because you're bragging about
Mhm.
them. So it's a direct appreciation and
Mhm.
indirect appreciation, which I call bragging. And how
Mm.
fun is it when somebody tells you thank you for the little stuff, right?
It's so great. I was thinking of that when you were just saying, I was thinking of an example how I often, if you're going to something and you got to maybe contribute some money, right? And so if you're not in a great place with money, of maybe an unhealthy relationship with money, you're a little worried about giving it. Oh, do I give this much? Do I not? Whatever. But then when you get there and they look at you and they're like so grateful and
Mm,
thank you, it's amazing how it just takes that away. Now you feel, wow, I'm so proud of myself for giving it. It's a different feeling after you've done that. I don't know why I
yeah.
was thinking of that example while you were saying it. Yeah.
Here we go. We are receiving. By giving, we are
Mhm.
receiving. But by echoing, that
Mm.
so it's not only the action of giving, just the little things. Oh, I noticed that. I noticed
Mhm.
the way that you looked at me. Thank you. It
Mm.
makes me feel really, really good. Right?
Yeah.
Couples, especially couples that are together for a long time, they will emphasize on what's not good. Oh, I saw
Yeah.
that. We need to talk. Right?
Yes.
And when the we need to talk is sitting on something of a void of nobody's, remember where I started with everybody wants to be seen.
Mhm.
And it's really, really heavy because there is no safe space. Okay. By
Mm.
saying
Yeah.
thank you, not only on Thanksgiving, right? I don't know why
Yeah.
everybody's saying the gratitude to Thanksgiving and they say, thank you for and the kids are coming. We're starting with all this education in elementary school.
Mhm.
Wait, in kindergarten, you are grateful for your parents, for your auntie, for your, sister on Thanksgiving. But what about the other days of the year? Uh,
Yeah.
days?
Yeah. Grateful, thankful every day. So people should just start implementing that into their lives, practicing it. Try saying thank you more and seeing the result. Try looking at things from a positive perspective instead of finding the negative. I
Exactly.
like where you're going with that. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So you've said that many people are addicted to people, not
Mm.
necessarily substances, right? So what does that really mean? And how can someone know if they're stuck in this pattern of being addicted to people? I feel like I'm there sometimes. So I
Uh-huh.
know.
Yeah, we all. I mean, I've
Yeah.
been for
But
many years. I just had this morning. You don't know, so I can tell. I had a man because people usually think that it happens to women, but also men
mhm,
that
mhm,
cannot leave his partner. She's like, We're done," and he's devastated. Right.
mhm,
So literally, it's almost like having a drug, thinking that when the drug or the drink or the sugar or whatever is, the substance addiction, right, gives you the feeling
mhm,
of good, of dopamine, of like, wow. But immediately you're like, oh my God, I have to stop that. I can't do that.
mhm.
Right. Like the sugars
Yeah.
kill me or this drinking too much. And then they start hiding. And then there is all the lies around it. And then
Ugh.
is there whatever it is, it's exactly the same phenomena with people. You
Mhm,
use their love to fill in your dopamine. You think that you will
mm,
never be happy without this person. And then people start
mhm.
with the stories, I'll never be happy. I'll never be worthwhile. I'll never make good money. I will never fill in the blank without
Yeah,
that person. So
yeah.
it's, you heard dependency. I don't think it's dependency. I think it's literally addiction to the person.
Mm,
Why?
mhm,
When you try to say goodbye to this person, you go
Mhm.
through the same withdrawals as you would go as it's a substance.
Mm.
And the only
Yeah.
way to get sober, do you know what's the only way to get sober?
Mm-mm.
Total abstinence.
Sit in it. Oh.
Total abstinent. You can't do, okay, I'm gonna date this person only on I've done it, like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
date them only for
Oh,
2
we can
days.
be friends.
You can be friends.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
We can be friends. Oh, I'm gonna snoop on their social media until I don't know. So it's the illusion that there is still ties.
Yeah.
A breakup, total abstinence if it's that, big of a relationship.
Mhm.
Okay. And then slowly
Yeah.
get to know yourself without the substance. Who am I? What am I? Can I be happy without it? And learning ways.
Mm.
That's, by the way, what they do in sober living, or, they teach after they rehab, they teach the people how to be happy without the substance. What brings you
Mm.
happiness to your life without it? And by the way,
Wow.
addiction could be even shopping, whatever it is, right? It's
Mhm.
behavioral or
Mhm.
substance addiction.
And I think it feels like, and correct me if I'm wrong, like it's just easier to stay in it, right? Just to sit there and misery loves company, we could say, right? You'd rather just sit there, feel sorry for yourself than actually having to take that step to do the other stuff because the abstinence is hard. It's not always an easy process because it's hard to give up something like that. It's hard to control yourself. When you want to send that text or you want to just reach out and call. It's
Yeah.
very, very difficult.
Yeah. I don't know if it's easy, but it's easy. It's familiar. Because at
Familiar.
least I
Getcha.
know the monster. I know how it feels. I know how it goes
Right.
high and lows and high and lows, and it's familiar. I don't know what's
Mm.
gonna happen with this person is not going to be in my life. I
Yeah.
really don't know what's gonna happen to me, and what would I have to do? That sounds
Mhm.
so distant and so scary that I
Yeah.
do it. I would rather do in the highs and lows, right? And
Yeah. Makes sense.
literally, like real addiction, do you know the 3 things that can happen if addiction is not dealt with?
Tell
Literally,
us.
it's death,
Mhm.
hospital, or jail.
Ugh,
Those 3 things.
they're all
Okay?
bad.
I was in a
That's what
hospital.
I do.
Mm, yeah. And what did I say? No, death, sorry,
Death?
death, mental hospital or jail,
Mm. Or
right?
jail.
Death,
Mhm.
mental hospital, or death, and I was close to death. I could die.
Yeah.
Many people
Yeah.
who are in, people call it toxic relationship, they start feeling in their body, their
Mm.
head, their stomach, they have issues. Literally, they have real issues,
Yeah.
right?
Wow. So, so hard. So, okay, you have your book in the emotional code. And in that amazing book, yes, show everybody right there. They're so good. You talk about the hidden emotions that run the show in our
Mm,
relationships. So, what would be one emotional code that you often see come up with your clients that
yeah.
you were like, I need to write this book?
Right.
Tell
So,
us
and
something.
I wrote this book actually in the beginning of AI. So it's really
Oh,
about, yeah, it's really about mastering communication in the digital, AI world.
yeah.
That was the notion behind it, because people are relying more. I mean, in everyday life, right? That's something to
Yes.
help us on AI, right?
Yes. Yes.
Every dating app is AI. Everything is AI.
Hmm.
Do you know
Hmm.
the very sad research that study that kids around, are called emerging adults. It's around 8
Hmm.
to 24, 26 sometimes. They're having
Hmm.
less sexual interaction than our generation.
Really?
Yeah. They'd rather do the
Yep.
online than actually to meet, because meeting
Yes.
someone will mean I might fail,
Yeah.
right? And when you go on any AI, dating, ChatGPT, whatever it is, it means you are never going to fail, because it comes
Mhm.
to satisfy your needs, it comes to see you, it's come to make sure that you're amazing, that you're always right.
Mm.
And now I have to meet another human that will tell me that maybe I'm not right.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep doing that instead of going into a human connection.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so wild. I'm so torn on the whole AI thing, you tell, because it's like it's great for what we do, I'm sure use it for work. I use it. I mean, it's cut my time in half, right? Of things that I've had to create and do and descriptions and all that stuff. Love it for that. But I have had, so many people write in about relationships that are developing with an AI bot or they're partner, spouse, and they're confused by it. Like, oh, my husband is talking to his AI bot as if it's a girlfriend. It's like that movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix years ago. And that was way ahead of the time. But so you're dealing with this relationship with a bot, and the person that's doing it is like, well, I mean, we have this great conversation. They don't talk back. They give me good advice. We agree upon things.
They
And so
can
it's create.
satisfy you. Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
there is an app, it's called Replica with a K. Now I'm doing like a free advertising. Replica with a K. Replica with a
Yeah.
K will create your partner for you. Anything you want,
Oh,
from the look, into hobbies, into how they talk to you, everything. It's a real dating app. And
oh,
I think that I wrote it in my LinkedIn about 8 months ago, a woman
yeah.
declared she is getting married to her boyfriend. She showed a
Oh
picture.
my God.
She got married to her boyfriend from Replica, right? Because as I said, ChatGPT and all these AI bots, they
Yeah.
come to make you feel good about yourself. It will never
Yes.
argue with you. It will never tell you that you're not, it's going to be in a very subtle way, to the point
Mhm.
that one of my clients this week asked me, and he said, "Can you please be honest with me?" I said, that's one thing that I always do. I'm always honest, cut through honest. Do you think that I'm a narcissist? And, we can talk about the narcissism in a second. And I said, okay, well, what, where it came from? And he
Yeah.
said, I asked my chat. And he said, "What?" So even on that, the chat is not going to argue with him. They're going to, do you think that oh, yes, you are. Of course. Do you think I'm blonde? Uh, yeah,
Yes,
could
you
be.
are.
Yes, of course you're blonde. Your ancestors were like, right? So
And
it's
did you think that he was? In comparison,
no,
did you think that
absolutely no.
no.
No, no. It's
Interesting.
even the question, narcissists will never ask, themselves and they're narcissists,
Yeah.
by the way. And only 1 to 2% of the population are narcissists. Usually they're not the one that comes to get help. Okay.
Mm. Mhm.
And we are living in a society of labeling, non-stop
Yes.
labeling. You didn't hear me
Agreed.
label one time. I didn't even said alcoholic or addict. I said a person
Yes.
with addiction. Right?
You
I don't
did.
even
Yes.
say, it's a person with autism, a person with something, because we are first humans.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
whenever we decided to take, and how easy is that to disconnect from the label, then disconnect from
Mhm.
ourselves? Because right? And it's so
Yeah.
easy. Everyone is a narcissist. I mean, how many social media accounts do you know about narcissists?
Yes. A million. Yeah.
And they're
It was
making a
like the
lot
word
of
of the
money.
year, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. Yeah, the whole AI thing is just crazy. And it
Yeah.
gives
So
people confidence, right? So much confidence that they don't have, especially on the dating apps when they're messaging with you and you're like, "Oh, this person," yet they could never have that conversation in real life with you because they're hiding behind this. And you can usually tell because they'll cut out pretty quick if you call them out on it or something, right? They're like, "I
the
couldn't
little
hold that."
trick with AI, okay, that's kind of like in my book. The little trick with AI, if the
Yeah.
listeners, take note, okay? Drop.
Mhm.
AI works in the realm of the knowing in your brain, knowledge, facts,
Mhm.
different ways to look at one thing, different ways to write things, maybe be creative with the writing, but drop into your heart, because that's something you cannot do with your bot. Okay, what am I
Okay.
feeling? Drop here.
Mm.
When you when you allow yourself to feel, it disconnect with the knowing. So breathe into it, So what are
Mm.
the facts? What are the feelings? And feelings are
I like
not
that.
facts, never. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is how
Yeah.
you differentiate and make sure you're not, swirling in the world of all maybe knowledge. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good tip. That's a great tip. So, okay, well, talking about communication, I know you love to talk about that for women in midlife, which is a little bit more of our audience, who are often juggling reinvention, relationships, rediscovery, all of that stuff. What are some communication habits that we
Mm,
need to break to
mm.
create deeper connections? We want to get deeper. So, what can we do to get rid of the stuff that's not helping us?
Okay, so let's first think about what is the stuff that is not helping us,
Yeah.
right? I mean, everybody
Yes.
has the stuff that is not helping them, because
Yep.
that's a defense mechanism they learn to use to protect them, right? And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
everybody has, do things differently. Some people just
Yeah.
shut down. because that's the
Mhm.
communication. If I shut down, you're going to look at me, right? It's all the need to look, right? Some people please, the fawning, I'm going to make you,
Mhm.
you know, uh, do something for you and please you. So you're not going to look at the issue, right? Some people are
Yeah.
yelling, immediately they go from 0 to 100 in a second.
To get a reaction quite often,
Right,
right?
because to express their
Mhm.
feelings, they don't know how to do it otherwise, right? And
Mhm.
some people just
Mhm.
run away, in the middle of the thing, they just like, "What happened? I need 2 days off. I'm going to my friend."
Mhm.
I'm like, "Okay." So I call it the 4 Fs, and I'm sure you heard it,
Okay.
is fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. That's it.
Mhm.
And it came
Yep.
from our childhood and actually came deeper. It came from our hunter. And
Mm.
many, many years ago, what, 6,000, 5,000 years ago when they were hunting? You saw a
Yeah.
big animal, and like, let's imagine a huge dinosaur, rhinoceros, something really scary, right?
Yeah.
Bear is coming. One hunter will be like, "Oh my god, let's fight it," and call all the friends. That's the fight.
Yes.
One hunter will be like, "No way, fly!" They're gonna run away, right? Another imagine that they're a tree until this animal is
Just
gonna go. That's the freeze.
freeze.
Tree. And the other person is
Mhm.
gonna bring a little sheep to the big animal and try like eat the sheep and then run away.
Fun.
So our parents taught us how to react to the
Yeah.
fear, to the reaction, and then we bring it
Mhm.
to our life, and then we bring it to our relationship. And of
Right.
course, because it's so embedded in us, we don't know how to communicate differently. That's the 4 ways that we communicate. Just
Mm.
understanding that. First of all, understand where it's coming from without shame, without blame, without this like, oh my God, and understand how is your partner reacting. Because it's usually
Yeah.
people find their match.
Yeah.
One fight, one flight, it's usually like that. Because it won't
Yes.
work. Some people do both of them. No, it's not going to work with two people freeze. That's
So, when do we move?
I'm the tree,
They're
I'm the
stuck.
table.
Oh,
Right? Awareness is a medicine of change. Many people wants to
yeah.
get the tool. They're
I
like,
like
okay,
that.
Etel, what should I do? Right? I'm like, wait, first let's get what do you do?
Mhm.
And where do you want to go? So how do you want to communicate?
Mm.
And instead of yelling, freezing, flying, whatever your feelings, come and say, these are my feelings. Has nothing to do with you.
Mhm.
I'll give you an example because we talked about the addiction, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
When you are using, when you are drinking, when you are gaming, whatever it is, I go into fear mode. I feel I'm
Mm.
left alone. It
Okay.
comes from my parents because my parents didn't really look at me. They were so busy with themselves, with their chaos.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I'm afraid. I just want you to know
Mm.
that. I want you to be aware of it. It took me some time to realize that, but
Mhm.
every time you game and you don't look at me, I feel alone.
Mm. And what should his or her reaction be to that immediately? Should they accept that? I'll let you tell me.
Yeah. So I love when you said the word should. There's no
Yeah.
should.
Mm.
There is no should. If this couple really communicate, okay, it will take some time to digest because the
Yeah.
immediate is like, what do you mean? When I'm just doing it for me, right? Defensive. And then I
Yeah.
didn't say anything about the person, right? I didn't say you are a gamer, you are this. When you do that, you forget about the kids. You don't below. I didn't say anything. I just, attended to me. I see me.
Mhm.
What is
Mhm.
intimacy?
Mhm.
Intimacy, I see me,
See me.
right? And then
Mm.
the other person
Mm.
shouldn't do anything. But if it's real communication, they will come like, wow, every time I do that, I'm hurting my relationship. I'm hurting myself. I'm hurting us. I can go leave
Yeah.
myself. It's fine. I mean, if the person wants to game by themselves, go ahead and do that, but not any longer because it's hurting me. And my
Yeah.
decision, do I want to sit in this relationship? Do I want to voice it that I feel uncomfortable? Or do I just want to say, you know what? This is never going to change. I need to find me. You see, it's
Yeah.
not any longer in the blame and the shame and the aggression,
Mhm.
all that, and then coming to the therapist and say, "He did, she did." It's not about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's about actually making the effort to do that because a lot of people will kind of just sit back,
Yeah.
let it happen, let it continue on where they're gaming and you're frustrated and you're doing all of the things you said, right? They're freezing up or they're going in their room, they're avoiding, and then they're not giving it a chance to have this this communication go on to actually create the safe space for you to say these things, right? And so I think it's so difficult because you never know what the reaction is going to be. And like you said, then you can make the decision once you get the reaction. If he's just or she's just like, I don't really care.
Mhm.
Well, okay, then maybe this isn't the right relationship for me, or I need to go and do other things. But you never know until you actually try it and speak it and make those efforts.
Exactly. And that's the risk you're taking in communication. The
Yes.
communication is taking the risk. It could be that the person
Yeah.
is going to flip on you. It could be that the person will understand you. It could be that it will take another conversation. We don't know.
Yeah.
But it's be courageous enough and confident enough in you to express it
Hmm.
without making the other one feel lower than you so you can feel better. I love how you
Yeah.
just said it.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. And you also teach about setting boundaries, which I love, and that those boundaries are not selfish. So we get caught up, and it's okay at times to have this radical selfishness, right? It's okay to feel that way, to put yourself first, which is what you're saying, and make yourself a priority, feel chosen, feel seen, all of the things you need to do for yourself. But some people often think that setting boundaries is selfish, and it's really not. It's just respecting yourself, right?
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it
Yeah.
can stem from our childhood. When we
Mm.
put up boundaries, you're selfish, you're egocentric.
Yeah.
You don't think about yourself. You don't think about others. When all along, the person who says it is very
Yes.
selfish, right?
Yes. Yeah, and it's so wild. It's hard because I'm in dating. What is that? I'm dating.
I actually love
I'm
it. I'm
in it.
in dating. I love it. Yeah.
I'm in dating. So, and I have struggled with that, with the boundaries of setting things, like talking with a man, and then he might text me or call me at 10:30 at night. And
Mm,
I was like, "Oh, well, I need to answer. I need because I want to appear available to him.
mhm.
I want him to know that I'm interested, that I'm reciprocating." And then now, as I've grown and learned, now I'm like, "Huh, I have boundaries. You don't need to call me after 10 o'clock or whatever time that is. And I don't need to respond. I'll respond to you in the morning when I get your message." And it was really hard for me doing that at times to just, it had to probably be the people pleasing that I'm like, "Oh, but what is he going to think of me if
Yeah.
I do that?"
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that going to
Exactly. Well, how
feel?
they will perceive me. When all along, how do I
Yes.
perceive me, right? How do they perceive? People
Yes.
think that I'm too harsh because,
Hmm.
society made us, think that women are too harsh when they ask for things or when they put the boundary. That's the immediate. Oh,
Hmm.
when men ask for it, it's like, oh, he's confident. But when a woman is saying that, oh, she's too hard, oh, she's too difficult, right? The one thing
Hmm.
I teach all of my single clients, and I'm going to give a big, huge tool right now. So if you're single and you're dating, you better, I mean it, you better write it down. Okay. When a man start texting you, right? And
Yes.
this is what happened. They start texting and texting either in the app or outside of the app. This is something
Yep.
that I've done and I am with my loved one, my king, amazing. And he told me he's really, really appreciate when I did it. So I
Yeah.
said that. I said, listen, if you want any connection with me, please pick up the phone. I have,
Mm.
and but I continued, and this is when you get the men to be competitive. I have enough of this texting. Wink. You see how I made it
Cute. So you made it flirty and cute, but you
flirty?
set your boundary.
And I put him into a competition. Men's are hunters.
Mm.
They are in competition. He doesn't
Oh,
want to
I love
be
that.
one of this texting guys. Wink. And he said, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
you saved me so much of a hustle." Men are not worthy. They're like, "Oh God, what do I say now?" And sometimes it
Yeah.
comes, and then usually when it starts, I call it the texting masturbation. It's just gonna go
Yeah.
nowhere, right? If you
Yes.
want to know if a man wants you or not, ask him in very
Mm.
sweet, clear way. Don't be, you're not a boss. Say,
Yeah.
"Hey, if you want to connect with me, pick up the phone.
Phone.
I
Oh,
have
I
that
love that.
texting." Right?
Yeah.
And then you have other tools of that to actually show a man, hey, this is serious without doing I'm serious. Let
Mhm.
him come
Mm.
to you. How beautiful is that,
Mm.
right?
I love that. No, I've never really thought about it as like a way for kind of like a competition for them, right? Because you're so right. Then they go, "Ooh, I don't want to be another one of those." So
No.
yes, I'm definitely gonna I love that.
Yeah,
I didn't think
hey,
about it
if
that
you
way.
really want a
So
connection with me, please call me not so late at night.
mhm.
I have enough of those. Wink. You'd be like, "Oh,
Yes.
shit, you caught me. I'm not that special." They wanna be special.
They want to be special. Oh,
We
I love
wanna
that.
be special.
Yes, we do. So, okay, so talking about texting and social media and perfection, attention, and all that stuff that is now in our world, how do you think that communication in dating and relationships has changed from the past? And so, what kind of things can you suggest? That was a great suggestion there of just things that people can do to keep up the communication without all of this texting. So, we've got the call me on the phone. What about meeting somebody out fairly quick? Are you thumbs up on that? Like, "Hey, let's get to the date.
Absolutely.
Let's get going." Yeah.
Just meet, or if it's too far, do the FaceTime. You
Mhm.
can talk, text forever, go meet the person, right? Another
Mhm.
tool, no more than one drink. Ladies, did you hear me?
Mm.
No more than one. For me, it's half a drink. For me, it's a drink with soda water. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
really want this person seriously, you will have so many other dates to drink, to frolic, to whatever. What happens
Mhm.
when we're drinking, right? So
We lose
our
control of
frontal
our
lobe
minds.
Our frontal lobe is in the where this is decision making solution,
Mhm.
right? It's gonna get hazy, which is it's all about like what do I want now? That's why
Mhm.
teenagers don't drink and drive. I mean, anyone drink and drive, but usually because
Sure.
then the decision making is really really rocky. Okay, do you
Yeah.
want to really
Yeah.
decide is this person is for you out of oh my god, being tipsy or from your solution mature
Mhm.
way? And then you're gonna cry, "Oh my
Mm.
god, but I thought it's so amazing." So no more than one drink. So be
Mhm.
polite. Say,
Mhm.
next time, no more than one
Yep.
drink. And I know there's coffee and picnic and whatever it is, but make sure that you're in a place and a space of really receiving. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm also, maybe
Yeah.
I'll get in trouble for it, but I'm a firm believer of feminine energy and a masculine energy. And it could be, by
Mm.
the way, two women, feminine, masculine energy, two
Sure.
men, feminine, it can be all of it, but there are energies.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
energy of a feminine, we are the receivers.
Mhm. Mhm.
The receivers. In Kabbalah, we
Yeah.
are the vessel. Okay,
It's
we are
so
the
wild.
soil.
Mhm. I'm hearing
The
you say
men are
so
the
many
givers.
things.
Yeah.
They are. They are. And I'm hearing you say so many things as I'm just replaying in my head as you're talking about things that I have done so many times throughout the year, or that I've been throughout the year, throughout my dating years, of things that I'm nervous to say. One in particular would be to ask for their last name or something so I can do my own Google inspection check before I go out with a stranger. And I remember just
Uh-huh.
being like, oh, well, how do I ask this? They're going to think something about me because I'm asking it. And then I'm talking to myself, it's okay, Andrea, you should know who you're going out with. And again, it comes into this whole people pleasing. Why do I care what he thinks
Yeah.
if I want to research him and know for safety purposes who I'm going out with? It's mind boggling that
Right.
we think that way.
I'm not a pizza and I'm not ice cream. Not
Mm,
everybody's gonna like me. The man that he's
mhm.
supposed to be with, he would be like, wow,
Wow.
she she's really like taking care of herself. Right. By the way,
Hmm.
you can Google anyone with their phone number today, and I'm sure you know that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
also
Yeah. Yeah. This is
easy.
back in the day.
Yeah, easy one. If they give you the phone number, it's also easy one.
Yeah.
And another thing, like, for first date, don't let them take you from your home. Not only for
Mm,
safety, but there is another thing. Okay. So if
yeah.
he's picking you up from home, it's great. Do it on the second or third date, not the first one. If the
Hmm.
date is not really, it didn't go right, like, you didn't like him, there is no awkward drive home, or
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
calling, there is no pressure drive home. A man that will sense that this is not his wifey date will try. He's a man. He's the light. Remember, the woman is a
Yep.
vessel. The man is the light. The man is the, seeds. He will want to go where the vessel is. So on the
Mm,
way home, he will do anything to enter your vessel. And then you'll be like, no, yes. Or you will be like, if you drink, you're like, okay. And then think about, like, why did I do that? First
yep.
date, do not let him pick up. Nothing. You can tell, oh, yeah, second, third date, but not today. Ask where are you
Mm,
meeting, go there. I know it's not like, gentleman and lady, but you can take your Uber, you can go there. Protect your vessel. You can choose. He's the one that will throw his light. You choose.
mm. Wow, so good. So I just want to talk about your foundation, Sign Shine, for a
Yeah.
moment. I want to give some recognition. It's a family center in Beverly Hills, but your work is global,
Yeah.
right? And multilingual as you are. What have you learned about how the culture, the language, or the background shape the relationship dynamics? And how do you adapt your methods for a global audience like that?
Yeah.
Because it's so different culturally, right? How do you do that?
Yeah,
Well,
and I
everybody's
do
people
have
please.
clients literally from all over. I have clients obviously from Israel. This is my native language. I just have
Hmm.
a new clients from Texas, from
Mm,
Missouri, from Michigan, from New York, from Miami, obviously here from California, all over
yeah.
California, so many. And learning that we have one language for me,
Hmm. Hmm.
and that's by the way how I started my career. I remember as a little girl, I was thinking we had different neighbors in Israel. Everybody's talking so many languages. It's not only Hebrew, it's like Arabic and
Yeah.
French. And like, why everyone is not speaking the same language? I
Yeah.
remember 4 or 5, I was amazed. And I know I know 5 languages, and
Yeah.
it just the journey to seek what is this language? And I
Yeah.
realized that we all speak in the same language. The language
Mhm.
of love is all the same, no matter how old you are, no matter where. No, it's the same language. I want to be seen. I want to
Yes.
be loved. It just like, and that's why I started Sunshine, because it's the
Mm.
language of children are crying
Mhm.
and understanding what's their needs. Children come to the world with one conversation, two,
Mhm.
crying and intuition. You know, when you go into a baby and sometimes they smile, sometimes not, they know
Mhm.
it's their intuition. And slowly,
Mm.
slowly, we forget this intuition, this inner conversation, and replace it
Mhm.
with symbols, which are words. And the words are
Mhm.
languages. But all in all, we have one language, which is the language of intuition. But by the way, it
Mm.
comes in dreams. There is no
Mhm.
language in dreams. It's thoughts, right?
Mm.
It's intuition.
Yeah, you're
Same
right.
language. I
Yeah.
also did a
Yeah.
whole research about dreams. So it's the
Yeah.
same thing. There is one language. And when you learn to just, bypass this barrier and understand
Mhm.
that we all speaking the same language,
Mhm.
that's the connection. And believe me, I came from a place of like, you're right, you're not right. I mean, all the world,
Yeah.
it's going into craziness. And find the one language. That's why you will always see me wearing a heart. I
I
always talk
know your
about
heart
it,
back
love, love, love.
love.
But, I believe that's the one language that we all crave for.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love the good that you're doing out there. It's so amazing. Oh, so I loved having you here. So I wanted to a little rapid fire quick game. It's quick, but it's intimate, kind of on what you
Oh, I'm
do. So I'm gonna
excited.
I know. I'm gonna throw out 10 little rapid fire questions. You just give me your first thought. No right or wrong answer. So no. All right. Number one, what's one red flag that used to turn you on, but now you'd run from?
Ooh, I would say texting. Yeah, texting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Kind of
there,
run from it now.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love my king. He's amazing. We don't, by the way, we don't text unless it's for things that we need to do. We don't text
You
relationship.
call?
We
You call all
talk
the
and we
time?
do FaceTime. Oh yeah.
Mm.
FaceTime call. We
Mm.
don't do text relationship ever. That was one thing that I got very, and he appreciated. I told him, yes,
Yeah. Oh, this is the one that you were like, "Da, da,
that's it.
da." I love it. All right. What's your secret ick that can instantly kill attraction? Do you have one?
Mm,
Not necessarily about you, somebody else.
mm. So someone else ick.
Yeah. Yeah. Something that somebody might do that you're like, oh, that would totally turn me off.
Yeah, when I sense that people are lying about something that they want,
Mm,
that's immediately a turn off.
that's it.
When they
Done.
try to become something that they're not, and I sense it. I have a very good intuition.
Yeah. So you can tell. If you had to give up one forever, could be love, chocolate, or your phone, which one's going?
Chocolate. I actually gave it up. I didn't eat chocolate for 20 years. I'm like,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. I have the phone. I will never give up. My kids are older. I'm like, I, that's,
I need that. Okay, what's one thing people assume about you that's totally wrong?
ah, that I was always, always extrovert. I was the
Oh,
real introvert girl, didn't want to talk to anyone. I was in my books all the time. I just like
really?
speak. You see, here we go. Yeah. And
I
that's
was
why I don't like
surprised.
people because people labeled me and
Yep.
I don't believe in labels. Yeah.
Mm,
I'm a
okay.
real extrovert. Yeah.
Yeah. One phrase you wish people would retire in relationships forever.
Mm. It's your fault.
Good answer. What's your guilty pleasure TV show or celebrity crush you'd totally analyze in therapy?
Oh, so I don't watch TV at all. And
Oh,
funny
okay.
thing, I don't know, so like I have client celebrities that will come to me like, oh
Yeah.
my God, I need to research, right? But I am a geek for any show about therapy. So
Okay.
whole therapy, anything about that I will watch, but that's about it. My TV is literally 95% time is off. I've seen
Ah,
so
so
many
it's more
things.
like a picture.
It
It's
is. I
just a
actually
frame.
have a beautiful fabric that I bought and I put
Uh,
on it, and it's actually looks like a picture. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's funny. What's one thing you've learned about sex or intimacy that you wish they'd taught in school?
Oh God, that it's exactly. I love that you said. We didn't even talk about sex. So
No, we didn't.
yeah, sex is imaginary playing for children.
Mm.
This is sex, and when you think about it, it's so
Yeah,
much fun.
it is. Yeah, I can't believe we didn't talk about that. Wow. Okay. If your ex could describe you in one word, what do you hope it would be?
Oh, hope of how he actually uh
What
describes.
you would hope he'd say about you to describe you if you overheard him talking.
Hmm. It's interesting because he says compassionate?
That's a good one. I
Compassionate?
see that. Yes,
Mm.
I sense that. All right, last one. What's one non-negotiable you live by now that the younger you would have rolled your eyes at?
Mm.
Everything you talk
I
about.
loved it, exactly. Stay
Mm,
true to yourself, Etel. Stay
yes.
true to yourself. Trust
Yes.
yourself, and the main thing that is coming is trust yourself. Trust
Yep.
yourself.
Oh, I love that. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I'm
Love
so
this.
glad that you came back to have this conversation with me. The progression that, we've both probably gone through over the year and just kind of reconnecting and finding, I love that you did your TED talk, which everybody needs to go and
It is.
find. It's
Uh-huh.
so amazing on YouTube. And they can find that. Where else can they find you?
So the easiest is just put my name, Dreteleit, which is pronounced
Mhm.
Etel Leit, and you can see my courses. I have courses online, which is how to stop people pleasing, how to,
Mm,
stop losing yourself in love. Because when you stop losing yourself in love, you bring the real love, right? How to manifest that love. And it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or not, how to manifest it, how to set healthy boundaries. I have started a lot of meditation
mhm.
sessions for couples and for individuals to really go into, no rejection and bringing more life into their lives. And of course, my book. I
Wonderful.
wrote 5 books and they're all on Amazon. And yes, of course, I have to come back to speak about sex, right? I mean,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, 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 and I'll mention that because I have a new podcast. I've mentioned it on my
Mhm.
recent episodes. It's called Menopause Love Lounge, and we are going to have Dr. Etel Leit on that as well, coming up in the second season, so she can talk with the amazing ladies on there because we need to talk about sex and where we are in our lives right now with all of this. It's just crazy and insane. So can't wait to have you back for that.
Thank you
To
so
all
much.
of you guys listening out there, thank you so much for joining me this week. I love having you guys. If you have any questions that you want to ask, I would love for you to come and ask questions and join in the conversation. You can reach me at Andrea at from Mrs. the number two Ms.com. You can find me on any social media at from.mrs. the number two Ms. So we will see you guys next week. Etel, thank you for joining me.
Thank you
Loved
so much
having
for
you.
having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, guys. See you next one. Bye.